You know what word needs to make a comeback? Gallivanting. It means to go around from one place to another in the pursuit of pleasure or entertainment. We are gallivanting around Hushed River Valley right now, as if literally trying to get mauled by a wolf in a frozen cave. And it's great. Hey there, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. I just think that word needs to make a comeback. It's a fun word. So we're going to pick up our bedroll. And I'm still, we've got half the day left and about half our energy bar, so that's not too bad in the grand scheme. I have some food that I can munch on, and I'm not terribly encumbered after picking up that bedroll. But I believe what I'm going to do here is... Yeah, I've got 45 minutes left on this fire. I really don't think there's much that I can do with it. I started it just mainly to have something next to me. It's kind of a habit that I have. I've thrown the bedroll down a couple of times in recent episodes and just said, hey, I'm going to make a save point real quick, or just need to get some rest in the back of this cave, whether it's a save point or not. And interestingly enough, I really don't need the fire most times now. It's out of just sheer paranoia. It just goes back to an age-old kind of distinction that I've made about playstyle. When you play a game like The Long Dark, or any strategy game for that matter, are you playing literally to do what makes sense within the systems of the game, or are you doing things that make narrative and imaginative sense? And I'm not saying that I always do the latter with perfect, consistency, but that's generally what I try to do. Okay, so that's the way I've always played games. So yeah, I start a fire when I don't need one, because I'm sleeping in an ice cave. It's that simple. My instincts just tell me that there should be a fire, even though I know gameplay-wise, warmth-wise, I'm fine. So let's extinguish this torch, because we're not going to be able to go through this lovely waterfall without it, or with it burning. And then, same procedure as before. This is going to be lovely. And we are exiting this cave, of course, at a point that is somewhat removed from our previous spot. Whew. No, you don't. No, you really, really don't. No laying down. Let's get some pants. Here we go. For whatever reason, pants were the absolute last layer that I decided to throw back on there. And we are still cold, because it's just that cold right now. So we're going to have to, speaking of fires, now we are going to start one, just for the sake of, we're in a completely different spot now, called the Reclusive Falls. At least there are cattails. Alright, what have I got on me? Yeah, I've got one piece of fir firewood left, so that's handy. Yeah, I don't want to lose the condition that I just regained, so I'm going to have to find some wood pretty quickly. I didn't realize that I would still be... I should have thought about that. I've been so accustomed to being in the indoor environment. Oh, wow. Cattails galore. You guys seeing this? Cattails for days! Even on low vegetation spawn settings, which is always great. Oh wow, is this a dead end, or... Holy crap, look at all the cattails. Look at this, there's 3 in this little thicket right here. As I lose condition. I should probably just start a fire right here and hang out by it. Just for a second. I could also, what have I got? I've got, I've got coal, but that's enough. Let's just, the weather's decent, let's start a fire and huddle by it, because the alternative is freezing to death. And I'd really prefer not to, thanks very much. Especially slowly and over a long drawn-out period, right at the end of an epic series. So there's that. We are definitely warming up now. I probably didn't even need to put that on the fire. But why don't I... This is one of my last coffees. But we're down to our last anyway, so... Let's go ahead and drink that. That'll give me some thirst back, or some... some hydration. That'll replenish that. I'll fix that issue. I had a discussion in the comments recently about referring to each of the survival metrics in either the positive or the negative. And I think at the end of the day, as long as the language is understood, you know, as being used loosely, I think you can talk about replenishing any of the meters by describing the meters with either their positive or their negative indicators. So it doesn't make sense outside of the long dark, for instance, to say that I'm replenishing my thirst. What you're replenishing is, in fact, your hydration. But, you know, it's a thirst meter or a hydration meter, just like it's an exhaustion or a rest meter, a hunger or a satiety meter, etc. So I think you can ultimately go either way with it. It's an interesting semantics discussion, the way that language works in that way. Like you can speak precisely or imprecisely, and depending on context, still be understood with about the same degree of precision. And yes, I know I could have waited by that fire for a moment longer, but to be honest, I really didn't want to. I stopped losing condition, and that's enough for me. Can I get through there? I rather doubt it. Oh, yes, I can. Sweet. All right, it looked really low, but I can, in fact, get through here. Gallivanting. That's what we're doing. All right, so I think I can go up there. Yeah, I have no... Just to be clear, I can go up that way, too. I think I'd rather go that way, as a matter of fact, but I have no idea where I am right now. Thanks to going in that cave, I have completely lost all sense of location in the zone. There's still some bear meat sitting somewhere for me. I imagine I might be able to find my way back to it. Maybe. Who knows? Evidently, when I was talking about the presence of the bear in a past episode, recent episode, I was literally walking by bear tracks while saying that, which, like, I died laughing when I read those comments. But that very story right there is the reason that I tend, when I'm particularly nervous about my survival, that's why I tend to shut up and say, okay, I'm just going to stop talking for a minute while I try not to die. Okay? Okay. All right, so there's a torch right there. And that would seem to be a pretty strong indicator to me that I have been here. So now the question becomes... Oh, I think I'm actually quite close. Yeah, I'm seeing cattails that I've scavenged. Okay. Yeah, I remember going through that arch at some point. I don't remember much more than that. Been a few days since that episode. But... okay. I'm going to walk back this way because I think I may have just found my way back to... Yeah. This is... I think I killed the bear, like, right over there. And I think my bear meat is right over here. And I see some cattails, too. I think these are the ones that I walked right past. The people were like, oh my god, Hadrian, you walked by like 3 cattails. Yeah, I found them. Because I've been here before. Not that I need more cattails at the moment. I have every cattail and its mother, but... Grab a stick. And... that is not my cave. That is a cave. But that is not my cave. Got excited because I thought it was my cave. But I do still feel like I'm close. Sorry, buddies. Didn't mean to disrupt your day of gallivanting. I'm going to step up here because I think there's a... Fatigue reduction is gone. I think that there's a log bridge. All right, warming up is also gone. Now that I need to keep a closer eye on. I think I'm close to where the cave entrance was. So I'm... Alright, dead guy. And another knife.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
That's called the game trolling me, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that is right there. Okay, I don't know where I am. That's a cave, and I believe I've been in that cave. I may as well stop back by that cave really quickly, and I'll grab some sticks on my way in. How encumbered am I? Not very. I still have my fur firewood. Oh, no, I don't. I put that on the fire. I saw the tinder out of the corner of my eye. And for a second thought it was the fur. I was like, wait a minute. No, I just burned that. That's not true at all. I decided to camp out in this cave. I certainly wouldn't be without wood to put on the fire. Yeah, I have been in here. And it would probably be good to just pass time really quickly in the back of this cave for just an hour. That's all. And then, let's see, I will go ahead and eat the energy bar. Get those 500 calories. Yay. I also would really like to get rid of... I should have eaten the pinnacle peaches first because that's the heaviest item. Sometimes it's good to sort your stuff in terms of weight. I've said this many times. Your food specifically so that you consume the heaviest items first. Alright, let's pass time for just an hour. Wait a minute. Still have a recycled can. I might have left my can... No, I didn't. I picked it up. Okay. I'm going to have another can after I eat those peaches. But anyway, let's... I'm not liking the sound of that wind. That is entirely lacking in reassuring qualities, that sound. Where the limbs... Oh, there they are. The limbs were not appearing for a moment. I was like, there were just 3 giant logs out here. Now they're gone. Alright, so cold and windy as hell. Now, the last time that I was here, I was kind of walking up towards that because I was looking for the cave entrance, so I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to keep walking this way. But I would actually like to find my way up towards the top areas of the zone if I can, again, because evidently I need to be on the lookout for signal fires. That's what I've been told. So that's... I'm going to look for anything that's really on a higher plane. Spot smoke, I'll chase it, but I also have to keep my eyes on the ground in front of me because furry woodland friends have a way of appearing out of nowhere. I feel like that's the crag where the cave entrance was, so I'm going to keep going this way instead. This seems like an interesting direction. Lots going on. I'm seeing arched broken trees and things of that nature. I almost never use that phrase. things of that nature. And the reason that I don't... Hey, there's a dead deer. And the reason that I don't is that I once had a colleague on conference calls who would use that phrase and I think to an extent, as we go through life, we always meet at least one person like this. But they would use that phrase way too much. Like, to an absurd degree. Like, you'd sit there listening to him and everyone would be like, you realize how many times you've said those words. Things of that nature. And I don't mean, by the way, to, if I'm in a particularly bad way, if I'm focusing on something else other than exactly what words are coming out of my mouth and not thinking as much about the detail of my commentary, that's a cave. I can definitely use the word actually too much. So I'm not judging. Okay, I found some ski gloves.
I think I can use this.
Ski gloves. Ski gloves. Why do I feel like I've never picked up ski gloves in the long dark before? Work gloves, yes, that are also red and white. Huh. Okay. Hold on. I'm in a cave. I'm safe. I'm just going to repair I'm just curious. Fully repaired. This is going to take... I'm going to have to do a couple of different repairs here. And we're running out of daylight. If I've seen these before, it's been a really long time since I've picked up ski gloves. Because I'm telling you, I don't. It's not ringing a bell right now. I recognize the red and white from work gloves, but ski gloves, not so much. Okay, they're not nearly as good. But just wanted to indulge my curiosity for a moment there. All right, well, ski gloves, y'all. I just don't feel like that's something that I remember ever seeing in the past. Truth be told. You know what? I should probably just hang out in this cave, shouldn't I? Let me explore for a moment longer if I can find another place to hang out. It seems like it's foggy. There could be a storm coming in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I might want to turn right the hell back around. So I need to come back here. I can follow my tracks. If this turns into a storm, lickety-split. But I'm going to dare to step out for a moment further. Just to see what's going on back here. Okay. Climbing rope. Now, we're too tired for that, but if I sleep in the cave, I can come around here and climb it in the morning. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to go rest back there. I've got enough food, I don't need to kill a bunny. I can follow my footprints. I am genuinely excited for the new music that's going to be added in Errant Pilgrim. I'm, of course, excited about the other things as well, but the new music cannot come fast enough. All right, let's break down a few of these scrub brushes, because I've got some sticks on me, but 7 sticks in one place for 10 minutes, I'll take it. There's another scrub brush right down there. As a matter of fact... Oh, there's 3. Oh, there's 4. Oh, there's multiple scrub brushes. Okay. Ooh, boy. All right, I can maybe break down one more and get away with it. Okay. Go, 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 go. Damn it. All right. Just playing a mini game with myself. Can I get back into the cave before I hit hypothermia risk? All right, so this is what I was talking about. I don't need a fire right now. It's 74 degrees in the back of this cave. I may start one because, well, no, I've got a good amount of water on me too. All considered. So let's go ahead and eat the ruined pinnacle peaches, because that's going to save me a pound. And I think I may just... Feels like 73, yeah. I'm going to give in to my narrative brain. I'm going to start a completely unnecessary fire. As 50% of the audience loses their minds. Oh wow, yeah, lots of sticks. So many sticks, in fact. I also have tons of broken down torches. It's sort by condition. Or tons of torches to break down. That's what I meant to say. You can see how rapidly we're warming up by this fire. Would have eventually warmed up rapidly anyway. But it's just that much easier at the moment. Okay, 20 sticks. Yeah, plenty of water. I can drop one of those recycled cans. Now our encumbrance situation is generally better. I'm just going to throw every single one of those sticks on the fire. I don't care. And we'll keep the one torch, because it's still at 33% condition, and that's pretty damn nice. But having said that, what else can I drink? Let's drink the Summit Soda, because that's half a pound. And there we go. Now that we've gotten rid of all that tinder, we are much better in terms of our encumbrance. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't need to drink a tea, I don't believe. Okay. Bearskin bedroll. And let us sleep for... I need to add a little bit more fuel to this fire. Now, 8 hours, 54 minutes. That's pretty handy. Let me see if I can grab a bit more fuel from outside. At the risk of losing a bit of condition if the storm is really bad. It's not full blizzard yet. So if I can... Yeah, it's not full blizzard conditions yet. I would like to break down a few more scrub brushes. So that's 12 sticks right there. The big scrub brushes are 12. Is that the only one? Okay, well. I'll get 7 out of this, and that will be enough. Let's go back inside before it gets too dark and I completely lose my way. That's why the bedroll is laid out, Jen. Okay. Keep the 5 sticks. Now we've got 10 hours. We're not even going to get to sleep that long. But that's fine. Why don't I, just to make sure I don't lose anything to thirst, top that off and sleep for 10. Again. We'll probably wake up after 7 or 8. Ish. Would be my guess. I have genuinely toyed with the idea of turning off rest as... There it is. 99 days, 13 hours, 32 minutes. Less than 12 hours to go until we hit the magical 100 day mark, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, I have toyed with the idea of turning off rest as a resource in the next Against All Odds series. I think that would be a little bit too ridiculous. Rest as a resource is the setting that forces you to wake up once you're fully rested. I don't always love that mechanic because it doesn't take circadian rhythms into account, you know, where there's periods where your body is naturally more tired, usually at night if your circadian rhythm is healthy. And there's also times, especially when you're living off the land, when your body just naturally wakes up regardless. And I feel like, you know, the system right now as it is, whether you turn rest as a resource on or off, this is why I've considered turning it off, you know, has things that aren't very realistic and don't make sense. But ultimately I think I prefer having it on. It's a little bit different from cabin fever. Cabin fever, I just freaking hate. But that's a discussion for another video. Let's see. Yeah, I'll drink some water, and I'm going to hold off on... I've got an hour and 18 minutes left on this fire. Now 2 hours left on the fire. Let's pass the time. Just let the sun come up a little more. Got a save point there. Oh yeah, we're in great shape now. Let's take a torch. I'm not fully rested, believe it or not. That's funny. I'm amazed that I have a stale granola bar that's at 68% condition at 100 days in an interloper setting. Actually, item degradation might be Stalker settings, come to think of it. Yeah, it might be Stalker settings. I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look at episode 1. I'm sure someone in the comments will, but so you can go down and see, or you can look for yourself. Nothing's stopping you, but I don't remember off the top of my head what the item degradation settings are for this code. I know that they're either Interloper or Stalker. I don't think I set them lower. There are a few settings, a very select few that are more Voyager level, but most of these settings are Interloper with a few Stalker level settings, and then there are a few that are even lower than they are, or higher than they are, worse than they are, I guess is what I should say, on Interloper. So we're going to make this daunting climb and see what's at the top. Hopefully a path is at the top, I will say that much. Because I would like... Oh, wow. I'm climbing a fair distance. Because I would like to keep going once I get to the top of this thing. Yes, I'm grabbing sticks so that I can have a fire at the top if I need one. Any signal fires? The crags here are really tall. It's one of the reasons I wanted to get up a little bit higher. It's a nice morning view. A little cloudy. But, all right, so we've recovered our energy. I can probably just climb the rest of this, but just for the sake of not exhausting myself and losing more energy than I have to, I'll get off this ledge. Oh, hey, look. I'm glad I did that. Jennifer, you almost stepped off that ledge just now when you got off the rope. I'm just saying, like, you almost let go of the rope and fell to your death. Just point of observation. You guys saw it. I saw it. She didn't see it. We saw it. Okay, let's get to the top because I've got to end this episode. Let's see. Yep. Ready? And here we go. Yeah, climbing seems to have gotten a little bit easier. Sprain risk, as I exhausted myself during that climb. Okay, well, we're at the top of this lovely little spot here. Don't know what's going on in the area. I'm going to crouch just in case there's a wolf behind me. But I'm also going to stop this episode here because we've got more exploring to do, but we're at the almost 30-minute mark, so got to stop at some point. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.